Yes, the government wants to straighten out the history of a great figure who has great services not only for Mataram but for Indonesia, namely Kanjeng Raden Tumenggung Sumodiningrat. And the past incidents are lessons so that in the future our descendants will appreciate the services of the heroes, appreciate the services of the noble ones. Yeah. And a great person is someone who cares about the noble. A great nation is a nation that does not rely on the services of its heroes.
Emphasizing the history of the cultural heritage plaque at the tomb of KRT Sumediningrat, Jejuran Plaret Bantul, installed on Sunday, December 28, 2025, in the Cultural Heritage Complex of the tomb of KRT Sumediningrat, Kenduri Hadiningrat. The unveiling of the Cultural Heritage plaque at the tomb of KRT Sumediningrat, Kenduri Hadiningrat, and a Talal ceremony were held on Sunday, December 28, 2025. This particular history cannot be distorted by an individual or a group with personal interests, as it is very clear in the history of the Mataram Kingdom during the Gijur Sepahai War that there were figures who perished and whose remains were buried here. There are no names of any Habibs here. It is all related to the Kraton of Yogyakarta. The Regent of Bantul, H. Abdul Halim Musli, on behalf of the Bantul Regency government, led the installation of the cultural heritage plaque at the tomb of KRT Sumediningrat, located to the west of Masjid Kagungan Dalam Kraton Yogyakarta in Jejuran Wonokromo Plaret, Bantul Regency. This is intended to emphasize and correct historical facts. This event was also preceded by a ritual called Kenduri Hadiningrat and a celebration marking the issuance of the Regent's Decree No. 667/2025 regarding the structure of the cultural heritage of the KRT Sumediningrat tomb. The ceremony was also accompanied and preceded by the recitation of Talal led by Mba Ahmad Murtajo, serving as Abdi Dalam Pangulin of the Kraton Yogyakarta Hadiningrat. The prayer was carried out by the Grand Imam of the Kagungan Dalam Jejuran Plaret Mosque, K.H. Jois Masruri. Meanwhile, the cutting of the tumpeng was performed by the Regent of Bantul, H. Abdul Halim Musli, and given to one of the Jiru Kunsi, caretakers, of the tomb. In addition, at the mosque's veranda, a presentation of Wyrid Maturman's study on the genealogy and history of KRT Sumediningrat was delivered by a history and religion expert from UAN Suka Yogyakarta, Dr. Yasser Arafat. After a series of ritual ceremonies were carried out, the event continued with the unveiling and opening of the cultural heritage plaque of KRT Sumediningrat's tomb, led by Regent H. Abdul Halim Musli along with several Kyai who are also residents of Jejuran, including Kyai Haji Jois Masruri and Arif Irfan Sh. Hum. Present at this occasion were administrators or activists of the Song Song Buwano Association, officials from the Military District Command, Kodam, Civil Service Police Unit, Satpol PP, and the Cultural Office of Bantul, Yogyakarta. This event was more of a momentum for upholding historical truth regarding heroism in the Gijur Sepahai incident of 1812, during which KRT Sumadiningrat was one of the central figures in the defense of the Nagari/Kraton Gao Jakarta Hadiningrat. In his role, this figure served as the chief commander as well as military advisor to Sultan Hamengkubuwono II. The issuance of this decree itself serves as a verification of historical truth and documentary data within the oral tradition during their life in society. Meanwhile, Bantul Regent H. Abdul Halim Musli stated that the issuance of this decree aims to provide knowledge and accurate history to the public, especially to the younger generation.
Yes, the government wants to straighten out the history of a great figure who has great services not only for Mataram but for Indonesia, namely Kanjeng Raden Tumenggung Sumodiningrat. Our young generation, the community must understand this. NDVM Batlan don't understand KRT Sumodiningrat with the understanding of other figures like that. KRT Sumodiningrat is KRT Sumodiningrat, who has a clear historical lineage of struggle, all of which are documented in manuscripts and what are history books and academic studies.
The regent of Bantul also emphasized not to forget history, as a nation will collapse if it neglects its history. The efforts of the Bantul Regency government regarding this cultural heritage are to ensure that history is preserved and not distorted by anyone in any name, signaling to us the need to resist all attempts to manipulate the nation's history.
And the past incidents are lessons so that in the future our descendants will appreciate the services of the heroes, appreciate the services of the noble ones. Yeah. And a great person is someone who cares about the noble. A great nation is a nation that does not rely on the services of its heroes.